Hey, what's up, dudes? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Dead by Daylight video. Today, again, we've made a few of these recently. This is kind of a talking, a discussion, an opinion piece. Today I want to talk about something that's been talked about in the Dead by Daylight community for like the past week or so, since VHS announced their closed beta, when it was, and everything else. Is Dead by Daylight scared of VHS? Now, there's been a ton of people saying that a few actions that the developers Dead by Daylight have been doing for their game over the past few days has been because they're scared of VHS's beta release, and they're scared that the entire Dead by Daylight community is gonna like drop it and go to VHS, whatever else. I don't think that's true. I don't think Dead by Daylight is scared of VHS at all, and I'll tell you why in this video. And of course, before we get into it, dudes, if you do enjoy the video, by the end of the video, please make sure to hit that like button, and if you want more content like this, please hit that subscribe button as well. Thank you guys so much, I really appreciate it. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into this. So, I feel like I need to say this real quick, because anytime you talk about something like this, and it's happened to me already, anytime you talk about things like this, people automatically think you're for one side or the other all the way. I think VHS is a really good looking game. I didn't get a beta code, so I wouldn't know how fun it is, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, yeah, I think it's a really good looking game. I think it looks really fun. I think it brings a lot of ideas to the, you know, asymmetrical genre that even Dead by Daylight hasn't brought in yet that they should. So I think the game looks really good. And on the flip side, I love Dead by Daylight. I've played it since 2016 when Michael Myers came out. I've always really enjoyed the game. Are there frustrating things in the game? Yes. Are the devs a little bit backwards sometimes when it comes to making changes and adding new things? Absolutely. Do I hate the game? Absolutely not. Am I a simp for the game? Absolutely not. But I feel like I needed to say that. But where does this all start? Where does the conversation that Dead by Daylight is scared of VHS, where does that come from? Well, back on November 23rd of this month, VHS announced on Twitter that their closed beta would be happening on November 24th at 10 a.m. PST. Now, of course, it didn't exactly happen like that, as you would expect with a closed beta from a relatively new company to like the big online genre to having so many people have their eyes on the game. Of course, it didn't go like that. There were a lot of problems. They didn't really get it up and running from what I can tell until around yesterday, the day before yesterday, and a bunch of people got in and started playing the beta, whatever else. It seems like a lot of people are having fun. But regardless, that's what happened. The beta happened, and then around the same time, like literally on the 25th, Dead by Daylight on Twitter announced that there was going to be a blood hunt, and that blood hunt would be happening from November 25th until tomorrow, the 29th. And along with that, they announced a big Black Friday sale, which is not out of the ordinary, and they also announced on the same day that Dead by Daylight was going to be coming to the Epic Game Store, and it would be free on there from December 2nd to December 9th. Now, for some reason, this got the community in an uproar. I've never seen more people quote, retweet, whatever you want to call it, even content creators, man, like other content. Of course, I'm not calling anyone out by name, but I saw other content creators saying, you know, is it a coincidence? Are they scared of VHS? This, that, and the other. And no, I think it was all coincidental timing, because if we also look at what's happening on the 30th, which is Tuesday, the day after the blood hunt ends, we get a new chapter in Dead by Daylight. It's also Thanksgiving, man. It was Thanksgiving when that started, so Thanksgiving blood hunt. We're also getting ready to come into the winter event, so for the people who, maybe you could put it together like this, for the people who didn't celebrate Thanksgiving in that part of the country, I mean, we're getting really close to Christmas. Maybe it's an early Christmas present blood hunt for the winter event. Who knows? It could be so many different things, and I don't think it specifically just has to be because Dead by Daylight is scared of VHS. Now, I don't think Dead by Daylight is even the slightest bit scared of VHS, and again, this is not a shot at the VHS devs, because I think their game looks really good and everything else, but I think in my mind it would be almost impossible for a game that has reached the heights that Dead by Daylight has, like over 25 million sales between all consoles since the game is released. Correction, by August 2020, the game had reached more than 25 million players across all platforms, and this number reached 36 million by 2021. So not technically sales, but by May of 2019, it sold more than 5 million copies. So they're doing well. You know, I don't think it's possible for a game that's reached those heights to be scared of a game that's releasing into a beta, into a closed beta, with 3 killers, a few teens, like 2 maps, 3 maps, I could be wrong there, a couple of different perks, and that's it. Could the concept potentially be scary? More competition in the asymmetrical genre? Sure, that could maybe be like that's probably a passing thought to the devs. Like, they probably walk by each other in the office like, hey, did you hear about that new VHS game that finally went into closed beta? Yeah, I heard about it. That's pretty cool. Hope they do well. And then that's all there is to it. Like, I seriously doubt a company that's reached the heights that it's reached, even with all the controversy over the past couple of months, I seriously doubt they're worried about this game at all, because Dead by Daylight has longevity right now. They're not worried about it because what's going to happen with VHS at the current moment? And again, this is not a shot at the devs, but even the content creators. We're going to see all those content creators, it doesn't matter who they are, you know, saying that they were going to drop Dead by Daylight and go to VHS entirely, and they were never going to think about DVD again. We're going to see them all come back, because there's only so many things you can do in VHS compared to Dead by Daylight. Dead by Daylight has the advantage of having like over, if not 25 killers, if not over 25 killers, just as many survivors, if not more, probably more, 80 perks, 80 plus perks for each side, multiple maps. It gets content every 3 months. It gets big patches every month and a half. It's got hundreds of skins at this point. You know, there's a lot more to do. Even if there's not a ton of maps, regardless, there's still more maps than VHS. Even if there's not a ton of variety in the killers, there's still a lot more killers. So I mean, there's not much to compare there. There's no feasible way that Dead by Daylight could be scared, because they know that people are only going to be able to play VHS for so long, especially in this closed beta, because in this closed beta, I would be assuming that they're going to be focusing on actually getting the game to a presentable state to actually go into open beta, opposed to creating more characters and stuff. So we're probably going to have the same 3 killers in that game with the same few maps, same few teams, same few perks for the next little bit. So we're going to be dealing with that for a few months, and Dead by Daylight's going to go on to get probably 2 or 3 new chapters, with at least 1 or 2 of those being licensed. So there's going to be a ton of hype around Dead by Daylight. There's going to be a ton of people still playing Dead by Daylight. So no, I don't think Dead by Daylight is scared of VHS, and I don't think VHS should be scared of Dead by Daylight. I think both of these devs are doing exactly what they should be doing. I think they have their heads down. I think they're working on their own games, and they're not worrying about one or the other. The only people in the situation that's really worried about the Dead by Daylight versus VHS, or whether one will kill the other, is the community. And there's no point in doing that, because I see both of these games succeeding for the foreseeable future. I think VHS launched with a great foundation, great ideas behind it, and I really think that game's going to do well. I think Dead by Daylight is going to continue to do well for the next foreseeable future, as long as they want it to, because they built a good community here. They built a solid foundation. They continue to add content, and it's not just any old ordinary content. They add licensed content, and it's usually pretty unique, whether people want to admit to that or not. And also, with the last big patch that they did, they improved the game in a lot of ways, made a few weird decisions, but overall it was a couple of steps forward, and I can't wait to see what they do next. I just hope it has nothing to do with NFTs. But I don't know. I want you guys to let me know what you think about this in the comments. I'm very interested to hear what you guys have to say. I think the timing of it all was just a coincidence. I think it was a coincidence because VHS probably saw it as a good time to release their closed beta. It's a great time because they said it was coming before the end of the year, and we were getting very close to the end of the year. I honestly expected it to get delayed. Like, that was my thought. And Dead by Daylight, I mean, a Thanksgiving blood hunt or an early winter blood hunt, and you know, the game coming to Epic Games Store for free. We heard about the whole Epic Games Store leak a month ago or so convenient timing, I guess. I think it's just coincidental more than anything. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. That's gonna do it for me though, dudes. Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you to my members for supporting the channel. I love you guys. Thank you all so much, and I will see you dudes next time. My name is Tainted. I've been your host, and I'll see you dudes in the fog. Peace out.